ever notice how the same women who screamed for independent woman energy are now crying on TikTok, wondering why men don't chase anymore? Yeah, welcome to The Irony Show. Today's episode, modern women are confused because the men they ignored stopped caring.
The comments on this video are harrowing because it really shows that men have no idea what the difference between sexual harassment and flirting is. Literally, Google it. Sexual harassment, commenting on a woman's body, being inappropriate to her, whistling from a car, is not the same thing as having a genuine romantic interest in someone. It's about respect. Sexual harassment, the goal is not to actually get your number or to sleep with you. The goal is to remind you that you are in a public space and that your body is not yours. That once you go into a public space, you're free to be commented on and sexualized. This is the whole fucking problem. Women saying that men don't politely, respectfully approach them in a romantic way is not the same thing as women complaining about sexual harassment.
Now, every time I see these girls crying into the camera like, men think they're the prize now. Yeah, because they realize they have value too. They hit the gym, worked on their careers, stopped chasing validation from people who don't bring peace, and suddenly they're the problem?
Top reasons why men aren't approaching women in 2025. For one, low testosterone levels. Men's testosterone levels are the lowest they've ever been because of diet, exercise, all these factors, not living healthy lifestyles, and testosterone is what gets men to be motivated to go and ask a girl out. Two is dating apps. Dating apps has made it way too easy for men to think that they have access to women. It gives them this like false hope, and it makes it so easy for them to just go on their phone and take the easy way out. Is consuming too much online adult content. It is getting really scary when men just go on their phones and can instantly have access to all sorts of material. Why would they even go out and court a girl if they don't need to? Honestly, girls do not make this any easier. Girls are not approachable. Men are terrified of being called creeps or making a girl uncomfortable, so a lot of them just don't do it.
Men stopped chasing because the reward disappeared. Why pursue something that's temporary, shallow, and self-centered? The truth is, many women today mistake options for value. They get 100 DMs from thirsty dudes and think it means they're high value. But that's not demand, that's digital noise.
So I'm actually really happy you pointed this out because this changes the game. A lot of times we assume that men don't want to pursue us because they're not interested, but we live in a society now where I think men are like walking on eggshells because they're not sure how we're going to react and how we're going to respond and if we're going to think that they're creepy. So they kind of just stay back. So we got to learn to kind of initiate some of these little magnetic tactics using I want to give these guys a little bit of knowledge that we are interested. I'm really happy you pointed this out because this actually makes a lot of sense. So thank you.
No, they don't approach because the cost of being misunderstood is higher than the reward of being successful. A dude can say, "Hey, you look nice today," and she might record it, post it online, and caption it, "Creep alert." Men learned it's safer to stay quiet. They're not scared of rejection. They're tired of humiliation. You told them for years, stop catcalling, stop approaching, let women make the move. They listened. Now they're quiet, and you call it fear. Nah, that's peace.
Can someone please explain to me why this generation of men wants to be chased by women? I went to a group dinner this weekend, and one of the guys at that dinner expressed interest in me. The entire night he was complimenting me. "Oh my gosh, you're so well spoken, you're so beautiful, how do you not have a boyfriend?" He's making some very, very big claims like, "I want to take you on vacation, let's go out of the country, I want to take you on dates." Basically just telling me everything I want to hear, which is that's fine, okay, to an extent. The night continued to go well. Dinner was finished. We all went out after. It was a lot of fun. And then I went home and he followed up the next day with a text. Texted him back. After that, he didn't answer. But he continued to follow me on Instagram and started liking and commenting on some of my pictures. Do you really think I'm gonna fall for that? Like you just telling me everything I want to hear and I'm gonna believe you at like face value? If you're gonna make those really big claims of you want to take me here, you want to take me there, you better book the dates and you better book the tickets. This is my point. Men are supposed to court women. That means if you're interested in a woman, you make the plans for the date, make the reservations, buy the tickets, confirm with the girl. That's your role as a man. If you think that you're gonna like dangle the carrot in my face and then pull it away and expect me to like chase behind you, that's not happening. So ladies, I would love to hear your experiences of when men thought you were gonna chase them. Because the truth of the matter is, if it's not that one, it's just someone else.
These are the same women crying online later, like, where did all the good men go? They went to women who don't care about car models. See, men learned. They realized being good, loyal, and stable doesn't get rewarded anymore. Flash and chaos does. So they stopped playing the clown game. And shout out to that woman who actually said, we need to do better. At least one of them gets it. But the problem is, she's the minority.
This one's for all the guys out there. I'm gonna tell you a secret that us women do not want to tell you, but I'm gonna tell you because I think this will benefit you a lot. I know there are so many people out there that say, oh, it's so annoying when men approach us. It's so annoying that I get hit on all the time. Okay, here's the secret. We like it when men act like men and approach us to have a conversation. Because how the hell are you supposed to meet people in this world if you can't have a conversation with a stranger in public? And I'm not even talking like, okay, talk to a stranger and then date them, like that's your goal. No, I'm saying just talking to a stranger just to be their friend, just to build a connection. Because we live in a world where there's like no connection these days. We all go on our phones and social media to try to find connection, but we all feel very shallow and empty. So the secret is, we like it when men act like men. That is the most attractive thing. And I know a lot of the men here that message me and comment on my videos say that a lot of women are not approachable because they have a bitch face. Now that is very, very true. But here's the other secret. A lot of times the resting bitch face, it's not even something that we think about. That's why it's called the resting bitch face. It's just kind of the face that some people have all the time. And it's the face they have on autopilot. So it doesn't mean they don't want to talk to you. It just means that is their automatic face. This is something I realized about myself a long time ago, and I realized I didn't want that to be my face. I want it to be more approachable to just everyone because it just makes life better when you're smiling. So I actively tried to just be like small smiles or just smile at random strangers, just say hello to as many people as possible. Because I don't know about you, but when I go on walks, I always try to say hi to like everyone because it's just nice. If I look down or like stare at my phone and like not look at anyone that I'm passing, it just feels like I'm going on a walk and not trying to engage with anyone, and it's just kind of sad. So that's something that I personally do. Maybe ladies give that a go. But the secret here is, again, we like it when men approach us.
Men used to chase because the prize was worth it. Back then, women brought peace, warmth, support. Now it's attitude, ego, and entitlement. Men are not dumb. They go where they're valued. When the modern dating market turned into a power struggle, men said, you want equality? Bet. Equal effort, equal risk. Don't complain now that you've got what you asked for.
The universal issue I think most women are going through right now is that men have stopped asking women out. And this is obviously only applying to like heterosexual people. I'm a straight woman, so I don't know what it's like dating as a lesbian, bi, gay, pansexual person. However, I'm going to speak from my own experience as a heterosexual woman. So I thought it was a me issue that I was never getting asked out. Like, I've never been asked out in any other situation but a club. I thought that was me. I thought I was either just like not attractive enough or just gave off the vibe of like, do not speak to me or you're dead. I was listening to a podcast today and a girl was saying how all of her friends that are single have not been asked out. They've always done the asking out. And I think this is just like a thing now. There's this man's TikToks that have been coming up on my For You page quite a lot, and he's like, guys, this is how you ask a girl out. And he's in London and he's just going up to girls and he's going like, oh, like, I really like your outfit. Are you single? Do you want my number? Let's go for a coffee. As simple as that. Like, literally, so like nice, kind, considerate, respectful, not screaming at them from across the street, catcalling them, not getting offended if they say no. And all of the comments shocked me. All of these guys are like, I never knew that's how you asked a girl out. I didn't know you asked girls out like that. Like, oh, I'm going to use this now. Like, I'm so scared of asking girls out. I didn't know this was a thing. And it's making me realise that I do generally just think men aren't asking women out anymore. And women, because of the way my generation have been brought up, is that you don't ask a guy out. That looks so desperate. We have no other choice. We literally have no other choice. To be fair, I have never asked anyone out. I've asked for somebody's number once in a club as I was leaving. And to be fair, I did get it, but nothing ever come of it. And that's the only time I, again, would be scared to do that. And when I think about it, I'm like, men, I don't know how your brains works, but I can imagine it's very similar to ours. It's like you're scared that you're either going to get rejected. I also think there's an extra layer now for men if they're worried that if they are a decent guy, that they're going to come across as like harassing or like being too sexually inappropriate, which, unless you are being sexually inappropriate, it's unlikely that that's going to come across, but I understand why some men over protect women's boundaries, and I think that's incredible and amazing. But I do think it's putting this barrier in place of like, men aren't asking women out, women aren't asking men out, so unless it's like a very purposeful meet up on a date with a dating app, which we all hate, let's be real, or you're getting introduced by a friend, or you're in a club, which clubs aren't really a thing anymore, like clubs are going bust. How are you supposed to meet people? And that's why so many people my age are single. I think I've said these statistics in a video before, but more than ever, men in their early 20s are not having any sex because they're not dating, because I think that then creates this whole incel culture, because when I've watched documentaries on incels, they're mainly men that are, in their own words, I'm going to be careful what I say because I don't want anyone to come for me, they're men that struggle to attract women. And I also think the issue is men have these really high expectations of what women should look like for social media, but vice versa, women have very high expectations of what they think an average man looks like. Because of this, you have all these really attractive people, everyone's sat in like the mid to attractive category, not like drop dead, everyone turns in a room. Don't get any attractive. But then saying that, I've seen people on this app who are like the most beautiful women in the world saying they're not getting any male attention. And I think it's because men are scared to go up to women, but equally women are scared to go up to men. Okay, what are we going to do to sort this situation? I do actually find it quite scary and concerning because firstly, we have a generation of loneliness, which is sad. And that's going to cause like suicide increasing, mental illness increasing, hate behaviour like incel behaviour because it comes from a place of hurt and miseducation. But we're also going to have less children being born, less marriages, less relationships, more unhappiness. It's going to be a really sad society. Like, I love love. I love romance. I love love. I love the idea of like courtship. I love it all. And it just makes me sad that like less and less people are experiencing that. More and more people are spending their 20s and late teens single, alone, in the house, not meeting people, not building confidence, not learning social skills, not learning boundaries. And actually, I think what this guy is doing, I don't know his art, is actually incredible because from the comments, it is giving men confidence. I do think just going up to somebody and saying, hi, like, you look nice, like, sorry if this comes off weird, but I think I really like your style, or you've got a really nice energy or a really nice vibe. Like, you make it less about the physical appearance. Are you single? Do you mind if I grab your number and we can go for a coffee? So chill, there's no expectations put on it. It's not like creepy and weird, and especially if it's in a public setting as well. I think the setting is everything. It's unfortunate that men have to think of all these things, which is probably why they aren't asking anyone out, but it's necessary because women are living in a very scary time at the minute. Men should be scared for women, and unfortunately it's the good guys that suffer. I'm sorry about that, but there are ways around it. And you know, yes, it should be equal 50-50, but I do think it's nice. Call me an anti-feminist, but I do think it's nice when a man asks a woman out. And it makes me sad that this just doesn't happen anymore. And if you do get asked out, let me know. Because maybe it is just me. But like, from what I've read, seen, heard, experienced, women aren't getting asked out more, and obviously men aren't getting asked out. So anyone looking for a heterosexual relationship is suffering.
Yeah, that's why the same independent queens are on TikTok crying about loneliness, dogs, and dating apps. If you didn't need men, you wouldn't be so pressed about where they went. You wouldn't be making endless videos about men are the problem. Biology doesn't care about feminism. Human connection doesn't vanish because you got a degree and a cat. And this idea that men live longer when married proves exactly why men stop chasing. Because now marriage is a gamble where he gives everything and she can take half if she doesn't feel fulfilled. Men aren't scared of commitment. They're scared of the system that punishes them for it. This is Male Legion, where reality hits harder than a TikTok breakup. Cheers.